Live from Compton, California. Welcome to the Ancient Owl pregame show on the road. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. Ryan Giacomini here on the call for you today. But before we get to the game action, which will start in just a little over 5 minutes, let's recap the last night's game for the hometown team, the San Luis Obispo Blues. Made the long trek down south after walking it off last night. Miles Mader was the hero in the 11th inning. The Blues secured their 11th win in a row in the 11th inning. Sounds very fitting, and it was. The Blues offense, however, was struggle. If you take away 8, 9, 10, and 11 in that game, the Blues only recorded 1 hit and 6 total base runners. So looking to have a little bit of a better approach today at the plate, less strikeouts and longer at-bats, talking with Rene Regalado, the hitting coach, on the way down. That's the idea. Work deeper into some counts and try to get more favorable pitches and have pitches get leaked out over the plate. They will be facing a pitcher who's very familiar with the Central Coast. It's John Canale, who pitches at Cuesta College, spent 1 year there this last year with the Cougars in the Western State Conference. But he is originally from Huntington Beach and playing his summer ball with the Barons here at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton, California. He's going to face a very, very good lineup. I got to say, on the bus ride here, this was a lineup that was worked on by, of course, Dean Traynor, the head coach, Rene Regalado, the assistant coach, Randy Cozart, another assistant coach, but then also Vincent Regalado, who's our head of statistics and does a lot of analytical stuff. And they said that this was the best lineup for run production. AI projects this lineup's going to score about 7 runs today. We'll show you the lineup when we come back for the first pitch. The Blues, as the away team, are going to hit first in the top of the first. But another highlighted point from last night is the pitching. Quincy Winkler went 6 solid innings and only gave up no runs and struck out 7 batters. Blues only gave up 4 hits in yesterday's game. A very dominant performance on the mound, like they've shown all year long. They have played and completed now 19 games, and they have recorded 10 or more strikeouts in all but one game. That one game was on the road on Sunday against Walnut Creek. So hopefully they can be dominant on the mound tonight. Corbin Geeson is going to start today on the bump for the Blues, and he's had a very, very good season so far. So look for some good pitching, and then hopefully the Blues bats can come alive today, a team that averages almost 7.5 runs per game to lead the entire CCL. As for the Academy Barons, they've had a shaky start. They're 5-5 so far this season, so kind of looking to get on the horse here early. But they have some solid pieces, a few returners from last year who were in the CCL All-Star game, highlighted by Antonio Lujan, who's going to be the designated hitter and bat 4th today. So they definitely have some bats. They have some good arms. I mentioned the starter today for them, Canale, who's a Cuesta guy. So they definitely can put up runs. They can put up runs in a hurry. If you remember, this time last year, the Blues came down to Compton and got the brakes beat off of them. They lost 21-5. So looking for a much different result today with a good lineup and a good starter with Geeson on the mound. All right, we're just a few minutes away from first pitch. I'm going to send it back down to the field. We'll hit a little break. When we come back, we're going to have the first pitch and starting lineups as we get set and ready to go here at Compton.
Batting fourth, designated hitter number 32, Antonio Lujan. Our officials for today's matchup behind home plate.
It's a perfect day for
Lopez.
baseball at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton, California. The 12-2 Blues coming to town to take on the 5-5 Academy Barons. Ryan Giacomini here on the microphone for you today. And like I said, it's a lovely Thursday evening here at the Youth Academy.
When he's speaking, can you hear it on this side? Yeah? Okay. Thank you.
The Blues are going to be facing the starting pitcher for the Barons, a Cuesta Cougar, a slow coal, if you will, Jimmy Canali. Canali last pitched against the Arroyo Seco Saints about a week ago on the 12th of this month. He threw 4 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned with 5 strikeouts. A solid day at the yard. The Saints lost that game. The Barons lost that game to the Saints. The lineup he will be facing is led off by Cutter Gage Webb. Miles Mader will bat second. Cesar Chavez, who had a great round of BP today, will bat third. Comerford, who was a late scratch from yesterday's lineup, is back today and will clean it up. Kyle Becker bats fifth. Mason Ashlock sixth, with CJ Moran, Kosei Suzuki, and Diego Murillo rounding out the order. Now let's take a look at who's going to play behind Canali in the field. In the outfield from left to right, it's Boltinghouse, Sugimara, and Mertz. On the infield from first to third, Morrison, Arnold, Emmerman, and Williams, with Morales behind the plate and Antonio Lujan as the designated hitter. Throw down to second base, and we're about to get underway here from the MLB Youth Academy in Compton, California.
Shortstop number 10, Cutter Webb.
Cutter Gage Webb is going to lead it off. Reminder that there will be no count for tonight's game. First pitch misses outside at 6:08 p.m. It's 70 degrees and sunny. Perfect baseball weather. Get up to the 80s, 90s, even 100s in LA, as that one's taken for a strike. But today, got a lucky one. It's 1-1 to Cutter Gage Webb. On the ground and fouled off. A ball and 2 strikes. Webb's the shortstop today. He recorded a hit in every single game he's played in this summer, except last night, an 0-for-3 day where he did walk twice and score twice. Including scoring the game-winning run in the 11th. He stays alive, fouling off the 1-2 offering from Canali. On the season, Webb is batting .364 with a .500 on base. 12 hits, 2 of them for extra bases. Up and in. Webb got to move the hands out of the way to avoid being hit. It's 2-2. This last year with the Cougars, Canali pitched 17 innings and had a 7.41 ERA as his changeup misses low and the count runs full. He's a 5-pitch guy, a fastball, a cutter, a changeup, a sinker, and a splitter. Full count to the leadoff lefty. Swung on and hit well. Chasing it down is Mertz in right, and he's going to watch it drop in foul territory. The ballpark built very similar to Sinsheimer here in Compton. Down that right field line where Webb just pulled the ball, it's 325. To straightaway center, 401. And down the left field line, it's 327. Almost no wind, if any, it's going out towards right field. Here's the 3-2 again, and it's fouled back again. A long at-bat working here between Canali and Cutter Gauge Webb to start the game. Blues have won 11 in a row. It all started on June 3rd against the Sonoma Stompers. Swung on and missed. Canali's going to win the battle as Cutter Gauge Webb goes down swinging.
Number 48, Miles Mador.
Makes way for Mader with nobody on and one out. Mader the hero last night with the walk-off single in the 11th. It came after Brent Gallegos came out of the bullpen, struck out the side, and put up a 0 in the top half. Mader finished the job in the bottom half. First pitch to Mader, missed upstairs, riding a 8-game hit streak as this one's popped up, foul ground. Chasing it down is Morrison and Mertz, but it's going to trickle into the Blues bullpen and out of play. I know you can't see it down either line, but down the first and third baselines, the bullpen are tucked away, and they are considered out of play despite there being no barrier between the bullpen and the field. White chalk to distinguish that it's the end of the field as Mader takes it away, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Mader yesterday had that walk-off hit. It was his only hit. He had reached base twice. Outside of that, however, a walk and a hit by pitch with a strikeout. The 2-1, swung on and missed. Fastball blew by the backstop for the Blues. Cutter Gauge Webb, his at-bat was 9 pitches. So already with just 1 out and a 2-2 count, this will be pitch number 14 for Canali. 2-2 popped up out of play. We'll do a 2-2 again. Mader, a Hoosier from Indiana, graduate of Pace Academy. You can tell he's from Indiana, sporting all the red gear. Shin guard on the left leg, batting gloves, elbow guard, arm sleeves, it's all red as Mader chops this one to third. Williams gloves it, throws on the run, and it's in time.
Now batting in center field, number 49.
2 outs
Cesar
now in the
Chavez.
top of the first inning, and it brings up Cesar Chavez. Chavez, a guy who hits the ball extremely hard. Lots of good sounds coming off the barrel. And it's produced this year. 351 batting average, steps in as he takes a called strike 1. Chavez playing in center field tonight. We've seen him in center and left so far this season. Last played left field in his second game with the Blues on the 5th. As he takes a called strike. That was against the Menlo Park Legends. Got the day off yesterday. As he falls behind 0-2. And it hits him on the hands. He's squeezing out that right hand. He tosses the bat away.
Now batting, third base number 2, Brendan Comerford.
Dean Traynor is going to come out and talk with his starting center fielder. Down the first baseline That's a tough one, 0-2 count, and you take one right off the hands. Fastball just ran inside, didn't have enough time to get out of the way, but he's gonna make his way to first. So a runner on with 2 outs. And Brendan Comerford is up. Comerford, as I mentioned earlier, scratched from last night's game. He re-aggravated a hand injury, sliding in San Francisco. And told me he just needed a day off, but feels good today. Chavez goes. The pitch is a called strike. The throw to second's not in time. Chavez puts himself in scoring position. Comerford 2 days ago had a knock in 2 tries. Also was walked and was hit by a pitch, stole a couple of bags, drove in a run. Has had a very productive season. He has had a very productive 3 years with the Blues, to be quite frank, but this is his best. Throw to second's not in time. And it's only gotten better every year. 2 years ago in 2024, a .218 batting average. Last year, a .293 batting average. This year, with 62 at-bats, a .355 batting average. Also a .516 slugging. In the dirt, it's 2 balls and a strike. He's primarily hitting the 3-hole all season long. I don't know if he's hit cleanup at all yet, or anywhere other than third until today. A look at second, and the pitch home misses outside. It's 3 balls and a strike. If Comerford reaches, Kyle Becker will come up. The only extra base hit in last night's game came off the bat of the left-handed hitter, Becker. 3-1. Up and in, and it's a 5-pitch walk. Comerford has reached base safely now in 16 consecutive games.
Now batting left field number 43, Kyle Becker.
Becker recently committed to the University of San Diego, where he'll play alongside his Blue teammate, C.J. Moran, who also bats 7th today. First pitch is a called strike. Becker, one of 3 lefties in the lineup today. Cutter Gauge Webb, who led off the game with a strikeout. The aforementioned Becker, and then Moran, the other lefty. Two long looks at second. Now comes to the plate. It's a slider. That's a called strike. Pops out of the mitt of Morales, but no movement from Chavez on second. It's 0-2. Becker with 4 extra base hits and 10 runs batted in this season. Here's the 0-2. It's up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Inside, deuces go wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2 runners on. Blues, the away team, in Compton today, taking on the Barons. 8th road game of the season for the Blues. The 2-2, called strike 3. A strikeout to start the inning and a strikeout to end it. The Blues strand 2 base runners, and after a half inning, it's the Blues nothing and the Barons coming up. The Blues strand a pair of base runners, and the Barons are going to get their first opportunity at the plate. They're going to be facing the right-hander, Corbin Geeson. A 4-pitch mix for Geeson, fastball, slider, changeup, sinker. His last time out, 3 2/3 against the Walnut Creek Crawdads, where he gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned with 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. The lineup for the Barons will be led off by Chip Mertz. Show you the rest of the lineup after the first pitch of this half inning. Left-handed hitter, squares to bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike. He'll be followed by Mark Emmerman. Nathaniel Williams bats third. Antonio Lujan is a designated hitter. He cleans it up. Bryce Morrison bats fifth. A.G. Suamura bats sixth with Boltinghouse Morales and Arnold to round out the order, as this one's going to drop into left center field for a base hit. There goes the no-hitter.
Now batting shortstop number 11, Mark
Good opposite
Emmerman.
field approach from Chip Mertz, and it gives way to Mark Emmerman with one on and nobody out. Emmerman, a 1 for 5 performance yesterday against the Conejo Oaks and a 9-7 victory. Small lead off first. Moran holds as this one is in the dirt. Blocked by Mater. Eason, a big right-hander, stands on top of the mound, comes home and misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Geeson, a commit to Division I LMU, which we actually drove past on the bus on the way here. 2 years as a Bulldog at the College of San Mateo. He throws over to first, and it's not in time. Very good year this last year. Added relief, he pitched 20 innings, gave up just 5 runs, struck out 23 batters. 3 balls, no strikes. To Emmerman, the shortstop today for the Barons. And it's a 4-pitch walk. They didn't miss by much.
Now batting third base, number 8, Nathaniel Williams.
2 on, nobody out. Nathaniel Williams comes up. A beautiful ball field here in Compton. Sure, the hitters will enjoy the batter eye in center field. Two on, nobody out. Left-handed hitting, Nathaniel Williams. Outside, check that. Williams is a switch hitter. Batting from the left side. We'll see him on the other side if a lefty comes in for the Blues. Four straight balls for Geeson. And this one finds the zone. Williams recently committed to the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, a Division I program in the Southland Conference. The 1-1, swung on and missed. Took a little bit off that pitch and got a big hack from Williams, who went 1 for 3 last night here in Compton with a double and a run batted in. 2 walks and a strikeout to go along with the double. Up and away. It's 2-2. Similar to what we do with the Blues, with the Dog of the Day, the Barons have their Player of the Game award. As this one misses inside, Mater blocks it. Williams won one of those. And a 2 for 4 performance where he drove in 2 runs and a win over the Philippines baseball group. Full count, nobody out. 2 runners on. Bottom of the first inning. Swung on, and that one hit off the front foot of Williams. Got a fastball out over the plate. Was a little early on it. Williams, a 2025 All-Star in the CCL. Another full count. This one is hit over the head of the shortstop Webb, and it's going to drop. The relay to the plate is not going to be in time as it's offline, and it's an RBI single for Williams to get the scoring started. Barron's driving a run with nobody out in the inning.
Now batting designated hitter number 32, Antonio Lujan.
Antonio Lujan, the cleanup hitter, had the day off yesterday. Has a chance to add on more runs here early in this ballgame. This one is crushed, but it's going to be pulled foul. Had a play, no play for Suzuki in right field. Geeson already in a slight hole here. A 50 pitch limit for Geeson as well. Oh and 2, looking for his first out as the pitch misses away. Let's take a quick look at who plays behind Geeson. In the outfield from left to right, it's Kyle Becker, Cesar Chavez, and Kosei Suzuki, with Moran, Murillo, Webb, and Comerford first to third, and Mater behind the plate. Mater defensively, with his pitch calling abilities, has impressed at least me, as this one's chopped up the middle. Weird hop for Murillo, who's only plays at first, and it's just in time. Both runners move up a base as the second baseman
now batting first base number 36
makes the throw
Bryce
across
Morrison.
his body. 2 in scoring position with 1 out for Bryce Morrison. Morrison batted 8th in yesterday's game, moves up to 5th today, thanks to a 4-for-4 day as the Blues infield comes in. First pitch curveball outside. Check that, a slider. Fastball hit the other way, foul. Past the Blues bullpen, it's a ball and a strike with an out and a run in. Barron's recorded 2 hits already in the inning. The Blues definitely remember what happened last year when they lost 21-5 to the same Barron team here in Compton. Trying to minimize the damage early as this one misses upstairs. A run already in. Barron's threatening more. Outside. Do have an open base as it's 2-1. Morrison, a recent high school graduate and a commit to USC, as he hits this one on the ground too short. The runner who from second might be caught in the middle. Moran didn't really see it. The tag at second's in time. Williams jogged back into the base thinking he was going to have it safely and Moran made a strong throw to end the inning. Your conventional 6-3-4 double play is how the Blues get out of a 2-runner on and 1-out situation. The Barons do get a run, however, as we go to the second, 1-0 here in Compton. Ashlock's going to lead off the top of the second inning here on the SLO Blues streaming network on the road in Compton. Blues have played 8 road games, including the one today. They're 6-1 on the road as the first pitch to Ashlock is hit on a line and right at Sayomura in center field.
Now batting first base.
Deja vu from
Moran.
Ashlock's at-bat yesterday in the 7th inning when he crushed a line drive to center field that was right at Chase Taylor of the Sonoma Stompers. Good swing. Brings up Moran. Pinch hit in last night's game. It was a big swing off the bench as he takes the first pitch off the thigh. That one's definitely going to leave a bruise. But it's a 1-out base runner for a trailing Blues team. Insert Tokyo Drift as Kosei Suzuki comes up to the plate.
Now batting right field number 16, Kosei Suzuki.
Bottom 2 in the order with Suzuki and Murillo due up, but Moran takes off for second. The throw is going to beat him. Blues have successfully stolen one bag and been caught once now by Morales. Moran tried to swipe a bag on the first pitch. Very quickly, 2 outs. 3 pitches so far in the inning. Line out, a hit by pitch, and a called ball with a caught stealing attached to it. As Murillo chops this one, Suzuki chops this one off his left foot, and he drops to all 4s. Writhing in pain. Hit him, looks like right on the inside part of that foot. Suzuki has been great for the Blues this summer. Batting .292 with a home run and a double. Right now, his health is at concern. Foul ball off the front foot. He's up on his feet and walking around. Good sign. Blues only traveled with 3 coaches, and they're all surrounding Suzuki right now. Still hobbling a little bit. He told Dean Trainer that he's good. He's going to tough it out. Takes a pitch outside. 2-1. The count to the right fielder, who has a 4-game hit streak. Popped it up. Foul ground. Ranging over towards the fence is Morrison, who now comes in and can't make the play. Came in and the ball jumped over his head. Extra life for Suzuki, who still walks back to the box gingerly. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Out of the windup, the 2-2 is swung on and missed. That'll end the inning. A 1-2-3-ish inning, with the hit by pitch and caught stealing to Moran. Barons are going to come back up with a 1-run lead here on the SLO Blues streaming network. The Blues are hitless through
Now
2
batting
innings.
center field number 9,
Barons come up in the bottom half
Sawamura.
with A.G. Sawamura leading it off. First pitch to the switch hitting infielder is, or outfielder I should say, is a base hit. Barons are seeing Giesen really well early, already 3 hits
Batting, left field number 21.
through
Otis
6 batters,
Boltinghouse.
as well a walk on 4 pitches from Mark Emmerman. As here's Otis Boltinghouse. First start for Boltinghouse in 5 days. Last played against the Foresters on the 13th. Recorded a hit and a walk. Scored a run. Move over to first. They had him leaning. The tag's in time. Picked off at first base. A great move by Giesen eliminates the base runner. Sawamura thought that he dove back safely, tried to put a good swim move on Moran. Just like that, there's 1 out with nobody on, and the first pitch to Boltinghouse is a called strike. Boltinghouse did come in the game on the 14th as a pinch runner and a defensive replacement. That was against the OC Riptide. Swung on and missed. Fooled Boltinghouse with the slider. Gieson ahead. Morales is on deck. Boltinghouse wearing the number 21, a very recent high school graduate. A week ago, he turned that tassel as he swings and misses for strike 3.
Now batting catcher number 37, Carlos Morales.
First strikeout of the day for Gieson. Here comes Carlos Morales. An all first team Orange Empire Conference player with Santa Ana College. He'll be joining Nathaniel Williams at UTRGV, University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, next year. Popped up. Moran is going to run and watch it bounce in the concourse. Morales, day off yesterday. Day before that, he played versus the Riptide 0 for 3 with a walk, and later scored. The 1-1 is fouled off again. One ball and 2 strikes to the backstop. Curveball that just misses. Barron's 5-5 in CCL play. As this one hits the batter Morales, a 2-out hit by pitch. Second base runner of the inning.
Second base number 5, John Arnold.
It's already the 3rd hit by pitch in this game combined between the two teams. John Arnold is the 9-hole. Comes up to the plate with a 111 batting average. His lone hit came in this ballpark. He's 0 for 4 on the road. The 0-1 is fouled back to the padding behind home. No balls and 2 strikes. If Arnold can reach the top of the order, and Chip Mertz is on deck. That hit came against the San Diego Bombers. Last start against OC Riptide 2 days ago. The 0-2. Hit back up the middle softly, and it hits off second base. Going first to third is Morales on a wonky 2-out hit from Arnold.
Now batting right field number 4, Chip Mertz.
That's Chip Mertz. Runners on the corner and 2 outs. Mertz a base hit and a run scored in the first. A left-handed hitting right fielder. from Anaheim, California. First pitch up and away. Mertz, a Mountie from Mount San Antonio College. It's a community college program. Made a regional and won a game in the regional tournament against Mount San Jacinto. Second summer with the Barons for Mertz, as he takes a delayed swing and fouls this one off to the left. Mertz batting a .188. 3 runs batted in. I'm going to make it 4. A runner 90 feet away, but he swings at the high heat. Geeson trying to avoid giving up a second run in just as many innings. On third is Morales. Arnold off first. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Geeson is going to end the second. We go to the third inning. The Blues trail by a run. (9-1-2) due up in the third inning for the San Luis Obispo Blues. Your hometown team on the road. And a 1-0 ball game. Murillo acting as almost a secondary leadoff batter, especially when you look at that .325 batting average and a .451 on base. On the bus ride down here, Rene Regalado described him as the best 9-hitter in the CCL. The 0-1 called strike 2. Murillo down in the count. To the starter, Jimmy Canale, who has done a good job so far. Hit a couple of batters, walked one, but hasn't given up a hit yet to this Blues team that's won 11 in a row. Murillo takes a pitch, the top of the letters, for a ball. Pitch number 37 upcoming. He adjusts the ball in his glove and comes to the plate and gets Murillo swinging. Strikeout number 4. Flips it back to the top of the order, looking to
Now
spark
batting
some
shortstop number
momentum
10,
at the plate.
Cutter Webb.
It's Cutter Gage Webb. One out. The first pitch is popped up, and it's going to be out of play. Called strike. Hanley pumping in strikes in this inning. The only pitch he missed was maybe an inch or two above the zone to Murillo, and a 2-strike count. It's another 2-strike count to Webb, who stays alive. Shortstop went hitless yesterday. They're recording a hit in every single game he played in prior to that. Down low. The Blues have 5 batters in their lineup today batting above .325. This is one of them as he lightly taps this one down the first baseline and foul. The other 4 are Mater, who's on deck, batting .424. Chavez bats third, is batting .351. Comerford, who cleans it up today, is batting .355. And then Murillo bats .325. A Blues team that has a team batting average of .285 in their 19 games played. 1-2. Upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Webb goes down swinging for the second time today. Strikeout 5 for Jimmy Canali.
Now batting, catcher number 48.
Matching
Miles
his total from the game against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Mater steps in. A hit in every game he's played so far this season, except for today. Early in the game, top of the 3rd inning, grounded out to third. In his first time up, pops up the first pitch. It goes out of play. No balls and 1 strike as Mater takes a strike pulled back into the zone by Morales. Six foot, 207-pound catcher awaits the 0-2 from the dealing right-hander. Slider misses away. Mater has been playing baseball a long time. Started at the age of 3. Now plays Division I ball for a Power 4 school as he hits this one down the line, and it's going to 2-hop the wall. Mater chugs for second base, and he has a double. 9 games, 9 hits
Now
for Miles Mater.
center field, number 49, Cesar Chavez.
A hit in every game he's played in. I should correct myself. That is hit number 15 for Mater. A hit in every game. Here comes Chavez. Chavez, an on-base machine. As he swings and hits the first pitch through the 5-5 hole. Regalato's going to wave around Mater. The throw to the plate's a low one. Mater slide, and he's in time. An RBI single from Chavez knots it up at 1 apiece in the third.
Now batting third base, number 2, Brendan Comerford.
Big 2-out hitting from Mater and Chavez. Gives Comerford a chance in the third. But before that, here comes the pitching coach, A.J. Monarez. Prior to those 2 hits, the Blues had struck out 3 times in a row and hadn't got a hit in the game. But 2 big-time swings on back-to-back pitches have given the Blues their first run of the game. Over to first is not in time. Comerford in his 3rd season with the Blues. He takes this pitch upstairs. 7 multi-hit games this year. As he hits this one on the ground, past the diving Williams. 3 straight 2-out hits for the Blues. Chavez moves into scoring position. Up just 90 feet to second. Blues tacking it on. After a slow offensive start. And honestly, it's kind of been a trend recently. The Blues had no hits until the 5th inning yesterday and had their first hit in the 4th inning 2 days ago. Blues scored 9 runs against the Stompers in the 2-game home series in 20 innings of play. 19 and some change. Didn't finish the 11th last night, at least the bottom of the 11th. The Blues have finally got to Canali here in the 3rd. Inside, Becker does his best Shakira impression to dodge out of the way of that one. Chavez on second, Comerford on first in a runner's stance with no hold. Becker swings at a pitch down and in and fouls it off. Becker has 2 multi-hit games in his 8 starts for the Blues. They were both 3-hit games. Struck out looking his first time up. 2-1 is swung on in, hit hard to the pull side. Chavez is going to get the wave around third. He comes to the plate as it's cut off. Comerford slides into third safely. 4 hits in a row here in the 3rd inning, all coming with 2 outs, and the Blues take their first lead of the game. And that's going to do it for Jimmy Canali. had 2 very solid innings, got 2 strikeouts in the third, but has now given up 4 straight hits, and the damage is not done. Ashlock is going to be up with 2 on and 2 out when we come back, but don't go anywhere. We're on the SLO Blues streaming network. The new pitcher for the Barons
Mason Ashlock.
in the top of the third inning is Elias Valdez. He comes in with 2 on and 2 out. Valdez, a Tiger from the University of Pacific, where he made 8 appearances this last year, recorded 6 strikeouts in 7 innings. Up and in to Ashlock. Prior to that, played at Golden West. And in his second year with the Academy Barons. Through 8 games last year, got 2 saves in 9 innings pitched. Not a save opportunity, obviously, as we're in the top of the third. The Blues lead it 2-1 thanks to 4 consecutive hits here in the third. Trying to win their 12th game in a row before heading back home tomorrow for 5 in a row at Sinsheimer. 3 balls and no strikes. Ashlock hit a hard line drive to center field in the second that was caught by Seumura. Rio, get me over fastball is a called strike. Valdez has pitched twice this year. Hasn't given up a run in 2 innings and a third. 4 strikeouts in those 2 and a third innings pitched. Up and in. And it's a 5-pitch walk to Mason Ashlock. That's 5 batters in a row to reach base for the Blues, all with 2 outs. Canali, his day is done, but he is responsible for the runners on second and third with Moran at the plate. Moran hit what I would consider a slump buster last night as he flares this one the other way, and it's going to drop in front of Boltinghouse in left field, and the throw to the plate's not in time. 2 runners come in to score. The Blues have 4 in the third. CJ Moran,
Now batting right
a
field,
4
number
for
16,
40
Jose
stretch, but has
Suzuki.
now recorded 2 hits in his last 3 plate appearances and 3 RBIs. Gives the Blues a 4-1 lead. Move to second is not going to be in time. Coming set at the belt is Valdez, the new pitcher, as he skips a ball in the dirt. So now Canali is officially done. His line, 2.2 innings. He gives up 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Walks a batter and strikes out 5. It's 2-0 to Suzuki. Moran is on first with Ashlock on second base. 6 straight to reach with 2 outs in the third as Suzuki takes a big hack at an off speed. Fastball is dribbled foul. Remember Kosei in the first inning before striking, or excuse me, in the second inning before striking out, hit a ball off his front foot. He dropped all 4s, writhing in pain, but he was able to continue his at-bat and continue playing in this game. Looking to do more damage with 2 outs as he chops this one the other way. It's a long run for the second baseman, Arnold, but his throw is just barely in time. The Blues get 4 runs on 5 hits, leave a pair stranded, but it is a huge crooked number on the scoreboard, and they have their first lead, I should say, in Compton of the day. To the bottom of the third we go on the SLO Blues streaming network. Geeson now has a lead to work with, a 4 spot in the top of the third inning, all with 2 outs. And it was started by Miles Mader, who hit a double and scored on a Chavez single. The Barons looking to fight back now with Mark Emmerman leading it off. He hits this one off the end, skies it into center field, and Chavez will squeeze it to make the first out of the inning.
Batting, third base, number 8, Nathaniel Williams.
Now it's Nathaniel Williams, the third baseman, who drove in the only run for the Barons in the first. Last time the Blues scored 4 runs in an inning was on Tuesday against the Stompers when they bat around in the 8th inning. That inning, they had RBI hits from Alves and Comerford and RBI groundouts from Mater and Suzuki. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Strikeout number 3 for Geeson.
Now batting third base, number 8, Nathaniel.
Brings
Nathaniel
up
Williams.
Antonio
Correction.
Lujan.
Designated hitter number 32, Antonio Lujan.
Lujan, a ground out in the first. That was the first out that the Barons recorded. First pitch misses. A ball and no strikes. Lujan swings and misses at the high fastball. Lujan, a Cougar from Azusa Pacific. Second year with the Barons, as Mater can't frame this one back in the zone. A switch hitting outfielder going into his junior year at the Division II level. 2-1, swung on and hit hard to center field. Racing back is Chavez. He continues to run. He's not going to catch it as it one-hops over the wall. A ground rule double for Antonio Lujan with a couple of outs. Deja vu. The Blues
First base, number 36, Bryce Morris.
Recorded a double with 2 outs in the top half of this inning, and Lujan does the same thing with Bryce Morrison coming up. Lujan hit that ball very hard. Chavez, for a lot of the run, I mean almost the entire run, you could see the number 49 on his back. As Morrison, who's sporting a wood bat with a baby blue barrel, as he takes ball 1. A 4-hit effort yesterday. He hit into a double play in the first. Hits this one off his front leg. A Division I commit to USC, one of the premier programs in the country, after batting .449 this year at Gar High School. Just down the street in Cerritos. Down the street in LA, though, is like a 45-minute drive. On the ground, too short. Gage Webb fields it at his chest and makes the strong throw to first to end the inning. A 2-out double gets stranded, and the Blues maintain a 4-run lead here in Compton. To the 4th we go on the SLO Blues streaming network. Blues look to extend their 3-run lead in the 4th inning. Ryan Giacomini here with you on the SLO Blues streaming network. Murillo led off the 3rd inning, which the Blues scored 4 runs in as he swings and misses at an off-speed. This is Elias Valdez still, who came in after the Blues recorded 4 consecutive hits in the 3rd. Swung on a miss in the dirt. Valdez walked the batter and gave up another hit. That scored 2, but none of the 4 runs that came across will go on his final line. All of them to Canali. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. It's a 3-pitch strikeout to Murillo, his 2nd in just as many innings, and it flips it back to Cutter Gage Webb at the top.
Now batting shortstop number 10, Cutter Webb.
Webb also has a pair of strikeouts, much like Murillo. 5 Blues hits now after that explosive 3rd inning. Both teams have 5 hits, but the run total for the Blues is 4, and for the Barons it's just 1. Webb takes this one down and in. Webb scored the game-winning run yesterday on the Mader single. He was the Manfred runner, the automatic runner, whatever you want to call it, at second base in the bottom of the 11th inning. We gave the dog of the day to Mader, who stands on deck. But honestly, Gallegos, in my heart, won that award. Struck out the side in the 11th. Big-time stuff as Webb draws a 4-pitch walk with 1 out.
Now batting catcher number 48, Miles Mader.
Here comes Mader. Mader got the only extra base hit in that 3rd inning rally, but it started the entire rally. Three consecutive games played for Mader, which is not something you see all that often for Dean Traynor. Typically he rotates through 3 or 4 catchers and they all play one day, and if they have a good day at the plate, they'll get to play the next day as the designated hitter. But this is the 2nd time in 3 days that Mader has caught. And he was the DH yesterday as well. A called strike. He DH'd yesterday because of a solo home run that gave the Blues a 2-run lead in the 6th on Tuesday. Yesterday, the walk-off, hard to keep him out of the lineup when he's been hitting as well as he is. Comes into this game sporting a .424 average and an 1153 OPS. Smallish sample size with 37 at-bats. 2-1 is a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webb on first has plenty of speed. 4 stolen bases this summer. Average size lead with Morrison holding on, the USC commit, as Mader takes a pitch in the dirt. Morales blocks it straight down over the plate as the count goes full. Now would definitely be an opportunity for Webb to take off. With full count, 1 out. 2 outs, he'd for sure be running. He does go, and the pitch misses inside. It's ball 4. Back-to-back walks here in the 4th inning.
Now batting center field, number 49.
2 on, 1 out.
Chavez.
Chavez up. Chavez already drove in a run today in that 3rd inning. It was a single that scored Mater. The first pitch, a called strike. A guy who's built kind of more like your traditional slap hitter, hits for average, which he's done very well. But the sounds the ball makes off his barrel indicate that he can put a lot of pop on it. As this one's chopped to second. Weird hop at the end for Arnold, and his only plays at first, and it's not in time. We'll see what the official ruling is. I assume it's going to be an error on the second baseman, but
Now
nonetheless, it
batting
loads the
number
bases.
2, Brendan Comerford.
Sets the table nicely as the Ducks go quacking for Comerford. It is ruled an E4. Bases loaded, 1 out. Comerford, a right-handed hitter, facing the righty Valdez, who's now working out of the windup with them juiced. First pitch is a ball. Nowhere to put Comerford. A walk would score Webb from 3rd. Good speed all around on the bases as Comerford swings and fouls this pitch off the mask of Morales. He's a little shaken up. The athletic trainer is going to come out and take a look at him. Dean Trainer and the home plate umpire have a chat just outside of the dugout. It appears that Morales is okay. Obviously, when there's an injury, you know, you want to give anyone the amount of time, but it's one of those moments that's kind of an unwritten rule in baseball where if the catcher or the umpire gets hit with a ball, the other one kind of delays as much as possible to give them some time to make sure they're okay, check out all the facilities. As the first offering after the short delay. Misses. Hitters count to Comerford with the bases loaded and 1 out. It's a 4-1 ball game here in Compton. Up and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. Valdez has to come in to the zone, and Comerford knows it. Look for him to be aggressive here, but he's going to take a walk. It'll drive in a run. The Blues have scored a run without recording a hit here in the 4th. And here comes the manager, James Bishop, to make a move to the bullpen. The Blues have scored a run, and they are loaded with 1 out for Kyle Becker. I'll tell you about the new pitcher and see what Becker can do when we come back here on the SLO Blues streaming network. Aiden Franco is the new pitcher for the Academy Barons. With one out here in the top of the fourth inning on the SLO Blues streaming network. Franco has made 2 appearances this year. His last one came against Arroyo Seco, where he gave up 2 hits and no runs. In an inning pitch, struck out a batter. The other one against the Bombers in a 12-5 loss. We gave up 2 runs in 2 innings of work on 2 hits. Only one of the runs was earned. Struck out 3. He's got to face the lefty Becker with the bases all occupied with Blues. First pitch is fouled back. Quick recap here on the 4th inning. Murillo struck out on 3 pitches to kick it off. Then a walk from Webb, a walk from Mader. Chavez reached on an error, and then an RBI walk for Comerford. It's Mader on third, Chavez on second, Comerford on first, as Morales is going to go talk to the new pitcher after he gets shook off a couple of times. Becker an RBI single in the third after striking out looking in the first. Blues lead it 5-1. This pitch is swung on and popped up. Might be in play, but it's going to be a long run for everyone as it trickles into the Barons bullpen. No balls, 2 strikes. Blues look to extend this lead. They know the Barons can score. Had experiences with the Barons recently. Swung on and missed. A 3-pitch strikeout to Becker. The new pitcher, Aiden Franco, had him fooled. Here's Ashlock. Bases loaded still, but now 2 outs. No hits in the inning for the Blues. Franco, mainly a fastball guy, does have a curveball that he's used, but just once this year prior to today. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Bases loaded with Blues. Looking to add on more. Slapped up the middle, past the second baseman, Arnold. 1 run's going to score. Sliding to stop it is Sayamura. A 2 RBI single for Mason Ashlock. Blues by 7. Blues offense has come alive in these last couple of innings. All 9 batters came to the plate in the third. If Moran reaches, Suzuki will come to the plate, and those are the only 2 batters who haven't reached here in this inning. First pitch to Moran is popped up. Shallow left field, long run for Boldinghouse. And now nobody's going to get it. A play at third is in time. The run does come across, so the Blues put up another 4 spot. Should go as an RBI single for Moran, and Ashlock gets thrown out trying to go to third. It's an 8-1 ball game. The Blues lead it. Geeson's day is done. And it's a brand new pitcher to the Blues, an Aggie from Texas A&M. Cooper Fulbright makes his debut on the road. Fulbright, he just got to the team a couple days ago. I found out he was on the team on the bus today, and I did my prep on him on the bus. He spent this last year with the Aggies down in Texas. He originally from Missouri City, Texas. He did not play this last year, however, on a very, very good TAMU team. The 8th-ranked pitcher in the state of Texas, the 19th overall prospect in the state of Texas, and the 27th overall right-handed prospect in the entire nation. The 6'2", 190-pound right-handed pitcher whose fastball can get up into the high 90s. He replaces Corbin Geeson, who has a pretty solid start. Gives up 5 hits in 3 innings, an earned run, walks just 1, and strikes out 3. First pitch as a Blue for Fulbright is a fastball with some late life on it that misses outside. Due up is A.G. Suamora, Otis Boltinghouse, and Carlos Morales in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hit hard to first. Moran gloves it and touches the back himself. 2 pitches and an out for Fulbright, making his debut. An arm that I know Dean Traynor, who has MLB experience as a pitching coach, is very, very excited about. 2 Coopers actually very recently joined the team. Cooper Fulbright and Troy Cooper from Cal Poly. First pitch misses inside. Boltinghouse a strikeout in the 2nd. Been all Blues since the Barons scored their lone run in the 1st. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. Blues are trying to flip last year's score from the game down here. Another check swing this time. He did not go around. Fulbright, a graduate of Strake Jesuit in the area of Missouri City, Texas. 2-1 is popped up and onto the baseball field directly behind us. The MLB Youth Academy, which this game is taking place on, is just off the campus of Compton College here in Compton, California, and butts right up to another ballpark as Fulbright had an awkward landing on the mound. Not really part of the Youth Academy, but another very nice ballpark with a batter's eye that I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of baseball players appreciate. Full count offering. Swung on and foul tipped into Mader's mitt. First strikeout as a Blue for Fulbright as the 2nd out of the 4th.
Turn number 37, Carlos Morales.
Carlos Morales came up with 2 outs in the 2nd and was plunked by Geeson. It's 8-1 Blues, a 4 spot in the 3rd and 4 more in the 4th.
Pinch hitter for the Barons, number 16, Nigel Buckley.
Nigel Buckley is going to pinch hit for Morales. Morales was hit by a pitch and then also took a pitch off the face mask in the 4th inning. I'm going to assume that that has something to do with his early exit of this game. So Buckley will slot in the 8th spot and presumably will catch as he takes a strike. 2nd year with the Barons, the rising junior from Cal State Dominguez Hills, Division II school in the California Collegiate Athletic Association. Not to be confused with the California Collegiate League. Here's the 1-1. It's swung on and hit well into left center field. Long run for Chavez, who lays out and traps it under his stomach as Nigel Buckley has a 2-out double. Back-to-back innings where the Barons have struck out for the second out and then got a 2-out double.
Batting, second base, number 5, John Arnold.
Brings up John Arnold. John Arnold, originally from Long Beach, California, but spent the last year all the way on the East Coast with the University of Massachusetts in Boston before returning back closer to home to play some summer ball with the Barons. Upstairs, first pitch from Fulbright to Arnold. To be exact, he's originally from Long Beach, just a little bit north of where we're at. Check that. That's Long Beach is actually a little bit south of here. To be fully honest, my SoCal geography is lacking. I'm a NorCal kid at heart. The 1-1. It's a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Arnold with Buckley, who just entered the game and hit a double out into left center field on second. Cooper Fulbright in his first inning in a Blues uniform. Comes set at the belt, out of the stretch. Takes a long look at second and comes home. Curveball misses upstairs. That's the second time that's happened for Fulbright. That curveball he's kind of leaving it a little behind, lagging it and letting it go too early. And it still has that curve motion. It just starts 4 or 5 feet above the batter. Also did it to Otis Boltinghouse. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Went to the slider to get the strikeout to end the inning. Second strikeout for Fulbright and the 5th for this Blues pitching staff. And it is 8-1 Blues after 4 complete innings here in Compton, California. Kosei Suzuki got left out of the party in the 4th inning. He was the only batter who didn't get to hit. But he gets to lead off the 5th inning. See if the Blues can spark another rally. 4 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th, as he fouls off the first pitch he sees. Nice play, Renee. Blues have been hitting with a purpose so far in this game. The 2 innings they put up 4 runs have kind of counterbalanced. As Suzuki hits this one the other way, going back on it is Mertz, shifts his shoulders and will make the catch, running on the warning track. In the
now batting, second base number 7, Diego
3rd
Murillo.
inning, the Blues scored all their runs primarily on base hits. They had 1 walk. And in the 4th inning, it was kind of the opposite. They had 3 walks, reached on an error, and had 2 base hits that drove in a lot of the runs, but the walks is kind of what set the table. Here comes Diego Murillo. The 9-hitter is 0 for 2 today. He struck out both times. Called strike. First time he struck out, it was against the starter Canali, and then struck out against Valdez in the 4th. Facing Aiden Franco now as he swings and misses, and it's 0-2. A 4-game hit streak for Murillo. 3 of those games he's recorded multiple hits. Right now trying to avoid being struck out for the 3rd time today. The 0-2 is swung on and a broken bat up the middle, and that's a soft base hit. Make that hit streak 5 for Diego Murillo with a 1-out knock.
Now batting, shortstop number 10, Cutter Webb.
Cutter Gage Webb gets a shot with 1 out and 1 on. Blues by 7. We've scored their 8 runs on 8 hits. As Webb goes the other way with the first pitch, and he'll have himself a base knock. First hit of the day for Webb. And Blues are already going through the order for the 4th time, and it's just the 5th inning.
Now batting, catcher number 48, Miles Mador.
Here comes Mader. The Blues with their 9 hits, only 1 of them has been for extra bases, and it was Mader's 2-out double in the 3rd that started the 2-out rally. The Blues team that averages about 7.5 runs a game, they already have 8, and we're not even halfway through this ball game as Mader fouls off the first pitch. Blues return home tomorrow. 3 games at home, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All against 3 different teams. The Philippines baseball group will start the homestand tomorrow. That one misses upstairs. Followed by OC Riptide on Saturday. And a first game against the rivals from Santa Barbara, the Foresters, on Sunday. The total road trip is 5 games, but the Blues get a day off on Monday before 2 against the Merchants. As this one goes into center field, Murillo's going to try for 3rd, and he's going to slide in safely. An error on the pitcher will move both base runners up 90 feet and into scoring position. It's a 2nd error by the Barons. Finish what I was saying. Tuesday and Wednesday, the Merchants are in town, who are taking on the Crawdads right now. at Monte Vista High School in Walnut Creek. Mater fouls this one. While we're talking about these games, let's just take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. That game against the Crawdads and the Merchants finished up with the Crawdads winning 7-5 in 10 innings. The Foresters beat the Waves 5-4 in Santa Barbara. The only other game today is the Stompers and the Seagulls at Arnold Field. Hit into right center field. Racing back is Sayamura. Going back, and it is one hopped off the bottom of the wall. Mater's going to chug for third as both runners come in. The throw is not in time. A 2-run triple for the catcher. That ball hung up in the air for a long time, and Mater, who has great speed for a catcher, took advantage. He has just been on fire. The best Blues bat of the summer. The Blues have now put up a crooked number in each of the last 3 innings. Upstairs to Cesar Chavez. Still just 1 out here in the 5th. It was a 6-hour bus ride, but doesn't affect the Blues. Definitely affected me. Our photographer and journalist, Julianne, agrees. It was rough. We stopped in Oxnard. I mean, I had to stretch out the back. I felt old, man. Might be old. The 2-0, called strike, a slider at the knees. Chavez, a hit today as he dribbles this one to short. It's going to score the run, but the throw to first is in time. An RBI ground out gives the Blues their 11th run of the game.
Now batting, third base number 2, Brendan Comerford.
Now it's Comerford. Blues double-digit hits and runs. Both extra base hits have come off the bat of Miles Mater, who was the walk-off hero yesterday. First pitch to Comerford is up and away. Last time the Blues scored double-digit runs was in San Francisco last Thursday, a week ago today, as Comerford drills this one to center field. Going back on it is the center fielder, Sayamura. It 2-hops the wall as Comerford stands up in the second base. Heard me talking about extra base hits. Enjoying the party with Mater. A 2-out double off the wall. The Blues have now recorded 11 total hits, with all of them coming in the last 3 innings. Right on left matchup for Becker. A hit in the 3rd. So far this season, he either gets no hits, 1 hit, or 3 hits. So if he gets one here, I'd put my money on him getting another one in this game. French fries on the board for the Blues. Helped out by a couple of errors made by the Barons. As this one's hit the other way down the line past the diving reach of Williams. Comerford is going to score with ease as he trades places with Becker.
Now batting, designated hitter number 41, Mason Ashlock.
Mason Ashlock drove in 2 in the 4th. The Blues have scored 4 runs in 3 consecutive innings. And here comes James Bishop again as he's going to call for a lefty out of the bullpen. The Blues have scored 4 runs on 5 hits, and the damage may not be done yet with Mason Ashlock coming up here on the SLO Blues streaming network. (12-1) Blues as the Barons make another move to the bullpen. They bring out the right-hander, Javier Solis. 2 games for him so far this year, a 1-0 record. 2 innings pitched. He's given up 4 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned and struck out a batter. First batter he's going to face is Mason Ashlock. Outside with the fastball. Solis is a Husky from East LA College, better known as ELAC. Famously featured on Last Chance U, their basketball team was. Appeared in just 1 game this year for ELAC, where he threw 2 2/3, gave up 4 hits and a run, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Facing Ashlock, who's 1 for 2 today, a 2 RBI single in a 4-inning 4th. A 4-run 4th, excuse me. It's 2-1. 12 runs on 12 hits, no errors for the Blues. 1 run on 6 hits, 2 errors for the Barons. This has been the best Blues offensive production in a game this season. They scored 13 against the Indians, but I would argue that this one has been more dominant. 2-1, fouled off. That's the 5th time the Blues have scored in double digits. night after the Blues struggled offensively, scored no runs until the 8th inning. Then they scored 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 10th, and 1 in the 11th to win it. Deuce is wild. Outside, it's full. Ashlock reaches. Moran will come up. The runner on second is Becker. He was the last batter that Franco faced, and he scored Comerford from second. They traded places on a double. Full count, hit off the end of the bat, and into center field. Sayamura has the beat and will make the grab to end it. The Blues, however, put up 4 runs for the 3rd consecutive inning, and they lead it 12-1 here on the SLO Blues streaming network. We're halfway through. (12-1) Blues as Fulbright throws 1 inning in his Blues debut and strikes out a pair of batters. Hands the ball over to Moose Cuellar.
Right field number 4, Chip Mertz.
Due up in the inning is the top of the order. Chip Mertz, Mark Emmerman, and Nathaniel Williams against the new pitcher, the lefty Cuellar. This season for the Blues has made 3 appearances, a 1-0 record, 9 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, 4 walks to his 10 strikeouts, a 3 ERA. First pitch is a fastball just below the knees to the leadoff batter, Mertz. Blues are sitting pretty right now with a 11-run lead just over halfway through this ball game. Slider called strike. Mertz didn't agree. He's 1 for 2 today, a hit, and he came around to score the only run of the game for the Barons in the first. And then he struck out looking as the first strikeout victim. Checked that the second to the starter, Geeson. One ball and 2 strikes. Lefty gets a swing and a miss. He's going to strike out the first batter he sees.
Now batting, shortstop number 11, Mark Emmerman.
Brings up the 0 for 1 Mark Emmerman. takes a first pitch down low. Emmerman this season is batting just shy of 300 at 296. Fouled back. A Barons team that scored some runs last night. They put up 9 runs against the Conejo Oaks to win their 5th game of the CCL summer. 3 of those runs came from Elijah Clayton on a home run. He's not in the lineup today. Emmerman, who's in the box, drove in one of the other 6 runs for the Barons. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Swung on and missed over the changeup. Emmerman spent this last year at SDSU and now in the portal after seeing just 15 at-bats. Outside, count runs full. It's been exactly 2 hours since first pitch here at the Youth Academy as the lights are in full effect with the sun setting behind us. Called strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Moose to start the 5th inning. Brings up Nathaniel Williams now. The 2025 CCL All-Star.
Number 12.
Nathaniel Williams is going to be pinch hit by Kai Nagashima. Nagashima, a warrior from El Camino College. Williams drove in the lone run for the Barons and struck out. Now out of the game as Nagashima swings through. A switch hitter from Palos Verdes, California. Graduate of North Torrance High School. A commit to Hawaii out of high school, but after the fall in Honolulu, he headed to El Camino College. He announced that he was transferring on January 21st of this year on X. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. And he draws a 2-out walk. Nothing put in play yet on Moose. A couple of strikeouts and a walk. And it brings up Antonio Lujan.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 32.
We've seen 2 players now off the bench
Lujan.
for manager James Bishop, who also is the third base coach for the Barons. The first base coach is Lorenzo Gray. First pitch home, misses outside. Cuellar is making his 4th appearance, as I mentioned. This one's popped up. There's a few Blues, actually quite a handful, who have made 4 appearances. 2 have made 6, 1 who's made 5, and Chance Jasso leads them all with 9. He threw 2 innings in yesterday's game. 2 outs, runner on first. It's a 1-1 count. The lefty takes a look at first. Now comes home with the slider and gets a swing and a miss out of Lujan. temperatures rapidly dropping here in Compton as clouds start to cover most of the sky. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Cuellar strikes out the side in the fifth. And after 5 full innings, the Blues lead the Barons 12-1. Moran, Suzuki, and Murillo are the 3 due up. Top of the 6th inning, Ryan Giacomini. Here on the SLO Blues Streaming Network down in Compton, California today. The Blues have 12 runs and looking to win their 12th game in a row. 12-2 in CCL play. They sit atop the North. The 1-0 to Moran. Called strike. Down and in around the knees. It's been 4-run innings or nothing for the Blues as Moran grounds this one foul. Scored none in the first or the second. They didn't even record a hit in either of those innings. But then onslaughts in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning where they've scored 4 in all 3 of the aforementioned innings. One, 2. Inside, but called strike 3. Moran takes his time getting out of the batter's box. He goes down looking. Up comes Suzuki. He's the only Blue without a hit today. See if he can join the party in the 6th inning in his 4th at bat. First pitch is a hanging curveball that Suzuki takes for a strike. A strikeout in the 2nd, a ground down in the 3rd, and a fly out in the 5th. Slider that misses away. Buckley is behind the plate. He's been there for a couple of innings after replacing Morales in the 4th. At 2nd is now Nagashima, who came in to hit for Nathaniel Williams. Nagashima is now at 3rd. And this one's chopped lightly foul. Barons just trying to hold the lead where it is. Out of the windup is Solias, who gets Suzuki to pop this one up. In the infield, the 3rd baseman, Nagashima, makes a late effort on one knee to make the grab.
At bat for the Barons.
I gotta think that there's some wind up there that's messing with these baseballs, because we've seen a couple of times, one out in right field where the right fielder Mertz had to switch his shoulders late to make the play. We saw that ball that was popped up by Moran in the 4th inning that should have been a routine out but wasn't caught, and then that one fooled Nagashima, who just came into the game to play third. Nonetheless, here's Murillo, Compton, I should say the Academy, based in Compton. They are looking to put the Blues down in order for just the second time today and the first time since the 2nd inning. In the last 3 innings, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the Blues have had every batter come to the plate in all 3 innings except 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th, as it's 2-1 to Murillo. He had the first hit of the 5th inning and later scored on an RBI triple by Mader. Curveball laced on the ground, too short, gobbled up by the shortstop Emmerman, but he can't make the transition to his glove, and Murillo is safely on first. We'll see how they rule that hard hit grounder.
Shortstop, number 10, Cutter.
It's going to go as an error. That's the 3rd error of the game. By the Barons. It flips the order to Cutter, Gage, Webb. Now recorded a hit in every game he's played in, 9 of his 10. Every game but 1, I should say. Sun almost completely set behind us here at the MLB Youth Academy. It's a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blues have already put up 12 runs in this game. It all started in the 3rd. Looking to win their 12th in a row on the road. It started on the road in Sonoma. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blues won one of the 2 games in Sonoma to start the winning streak. Came home, won 3 in a row against Menlo. Then went on the road and won 5 in a row on the road. 2 more at home. And looking to make it another one tonight. 1-2. Inside, blocked by Buckley. Runner on first is Murillo. He reached on an error by the shortstop, Emmerman. Deuce is wild. The pitch swung on and hit hard to right. Going back is Mertz, and it's out of here! Cutter, Gage, Webb goes deep to right. It's 14-1 Blues. 363 feet off the barrel of the shortstop, who hits his 2nd tank of the season. A 2-run blast.
Number 48, catcher Miles Mader.
And empties the bases for Mader. Another crooked number here in the 6th, 4 in a row. Mader, 2 hits today, a double and a triple. Takes the first pitch down and away. Been all Blues since the bottom of the first. At one point, the Barons led this game. As Mater tried to take advantage of a hanger, but he pops it up into center field. Sayamura will make the catch to end the inning. But Cutter Gage Webb goes deep to give the Blues 2 more runs in the 6th. The Blues up by 13 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the SLO Blues streaming network. Moose Cuellar back out for inning number 2 of work. A couple of defensive changes for the Blues as Caleb Cassidy heads out to right field. And Sebastian Lopez makes his 2026 summer debut at first base. It's good to see him back on the diamond after a good year last year with the Blues and a really good year with Seattle University before he ran into a series of unfortunate events. A ball hit him in the hand, and he missed about half of the season with a broken hand. Just got cleared recently from a concussion. And now making his 2026 debut at first base. So Moran is out, and so is Suzuki. 14-1 Blues. As the first pitch from Cuellar to Morrison is fouled off. Morrison today is 0 for 2. And now he's behind in the count, 0 and 2. Morrison batting .400 on the season. All of his hits that he has came yesterday, however. That one misses outside. Prior to yesterday, he was 0 for 6. After yesterday, he was 4 for 10 on the season. Now 4 for 12 with the pair of groundouts. 1 and 2. The USC commit awaits and swings and misses as it squirts away from Mater, and it goes out of play. So a strikeout And Morrison is going to reach on an error by the pitcher.
Now batting center field, number 9, A.G. Sawamura.
Here comes A.G. Sawamura. Left on left. First pitch in the dirt. Mater keeps this one closer. Two and 0. Now it's 3-0. Very quickly, Cuellar is at risk of putting 2 on with nobody out. To be fair, he did get a strikeout, but a ball in the dirt that squirted away from Mater. Put Morrison on first. Fully taking. Sawamura shuffled and showed like he was going to bunt, but never flashed the barrel out over the plate. He swings and chops this one to first. Lopez goes to second for 1. He retreats to the bag, but it's not going to be in time. Sebastian Lopez gets some action in his first inning with the Blues and gets a putout.
Otis bolting out.
A fielder's choice puts Sawamura on the pass. Takes Morrison off. Here's the Pomona Pitzer commit, Otis Boltinghouse. A called strike. A week ago today, while the Barons had a day off, Boltinghouse was at Laguna Beach High School, walking across the graduation stage. Another throw to first that's just barely not in time. Last year with Laguna Beach High School, Boltinghouse had a .333 batting average that included 12 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. As the runner goes and the throw down is in time. Mater hoses Sawamura trying to steal second. Have yourself a day, Miles Mater. Not only the double and the 2 RBI triple, as well as a walk, but now has caught a runner trying to steal a bag on him. Now a strike away from ending the inning, as this one is fouled out back towards the netting behind home plate. Boltinghouse can reach Nigel Buckley, who came in to hit in the 4th, will come to the plate. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Cuellar, as the Blues give the Barons another 0 in the bottom of the 6th and keep a 13-run lead as we go to the last third of this ball game here in Compton, California.
Field number 49.
Cesar Chavez will lead it off against the new pitcher, Dickie Taw, who's only thrown a third of an inning for the Academy Barons, and it came on the 9th of June against the San Diego Bombers. He gave up 2 runs on 1 hit in that appearance. As his first pitch to Chavez is a called strike. Taw spent the last 2 years, at Golden West College, a DNP in the 2025 season, as his curveball misses high. Last year, a good year. Didn't throw a lot, 5 2/3, but a 1.56 ERA. That'll play. It's a 1-1 count to Chavez. Another curveball. This one's hit hard the other way, and it's going to nestle in right in front of the right fielder, Mertz. Second hit of the day for Chavez. Surprisingly enough, despite all their success, that's the first time the Blues have had a leadoff base runner reach today. And the 4-run third, Murillo struck out. He also struck out in the 4-run fourth to start the inning. And then in the 5th, Suzuki flew out. In the 6th, it was a strikeout from Moran. Early fireworks in center field. Here's the cleanup hitter, Brendan Comerford. Called strike 2. The Blues are putting fireworks up here with the bats. It's fitting. Called strike 3. Comerford goes down on 3 pitches for the first out of the inning.
Left field number 43.
Here comes Kyle Becker with 1 out and 1 on. 2 hits and 2 RBIs along with 2 strikeouts for Becker. And as I said his last time up, he's a guy who so far this season gets no hits, 1 hit, or 3 hits. So, and I put my money on him getting another hit in today's game as he takes a curveball that's out over the plate for a strike. A recent commit to USD to be a Torero, along with starting first baseman CJ Moran. He hits this one the other way into the gap. Long run for Sayamura, who's going to make the catch. Rangy play from Sayamura for out number 2.
At bat, designated hitter number 41, Mason Ashlock.
Now it's Ashlock. Ashlock, 3 colleges and just as many years. Started his college career in the North Texas Junior College Athletic Conference, with Weatherford College. A year at Temple College in the NJCAA Region 5. And then this last year, Division I ball at Rice. Swung on and hit off the end of the bat, looped into shallow right field, but it's going to be the center fielder, Sayamura, who makes the grab in the gap. A leadoff hit goes stranded. It's the first time the Blues don't score since the 2nd inning. And it's time to stretch here at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton. There's a new pitcher for the Blues who have a 13-run lead. It's the Bulldog from Gonzaga, Carson Boyer, originally from West Lynn, Oregon. Boyer making his 5th appearance as a Blue, a 1-1 record. 5 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 9 hits, 7 runs. They were all earned. 2 walks and 5 strikeouts so far this summer. He faces Nigel Buckley, who came in the game for Morales after Morales took a ball off the face mask. Down and away. 1-1 is the count to Buckley. Swung on and missed. One, two. Swung on and lightly chopped. Tough play for Comerford. He transitions to the hand, and Lopez scoops it out of the dirt.
At bat, second base number 5, John Arnold.
Here comes John Arnold. Arnold, a hit and 2 tries today. The 9-hitter swings and misses at the first pitch he sees from Carson Boyer. Boyer, funky sidearm delivery. The left-handed pitcher working out of the windup with nobody on. He gets a swing and a miss. The Blues only scored 9 total runs against the Stompers. They've scored 14 today. And it's the bottom of the 7th inning. Called strike 3. Arnold goes down looking, his 2nd strikeout of the day. Number 11 for this Blues pitching staff.
Now batting number 31, Sean Ishii.
Top of the order, but it's no longer Chip Mertz. He's out of the game as Sean Ishii comes in. For Boyer. That's a 4-pitch mix. Fastball, sinker, slider, changeup. Sinker is that primary pitch. This one misses outside. Three and 0 to Ishii. Sean Ishii, originally from Monterey, California. Plays his spring ball with Cal Lutheran as he takes a walk on 4 pitches. First base runner allowed by Boyer.
At bat, number 27, Israel Espinoza.
Now it's another pinch hitter unloading the bench here in the 7th inning, Israel Espinoza. Espinoza, rising junior from Linwood, California, batting right-handed against the lefty. Takes it outside, 1-1. Espinoza plays at Cerritos College, a community college in the South Coast Conference. home plate umpire says that Espinoza went around. Espinoza this season is 0 for outside. He's 0 for 8. Last appearance came against OC Riptide on the 14th. Deuce is wild. Down low, full count. Means that the runner on first in Ishii is going to get a head start. Blues pitching has been elite today, like they have all season long, as Boyer strikes out Espinoza looking to end the 7th inning. 12th strikeout for this Blues pitching staff, and they have not allowed a hit since 2 outs in the 4th inning. 7 innings down and 2 to go here at the Academy in Compton. Sebastian Lopez getting his first at-bat of the summer with the Blues. After replacing Moran defensively as he takes strike 1. Lopez, I mentioned when he joined the team defensively as he takes strike 2. Dealt with a plethora of injuries in the last couple of months, so it's good to see him in the spikes. As it's an 0-2 count, I believe, to him. And this one hits him in the helmet, and that is exactly what he does not need, as he got cleared of a concussion within the last 24 hours because he wasn't cleared when I talked to him yesterday before the game. Now, Dean Traynor immediately out of the dugout to talk with his first baseman. It appears he's okay, but they might take him out of the game anyways just for precautionary measures because of the recent concussion. The Blues don't have really a lot of options left at first base, though. Comerford does have some experience over there, but Moran has already left this game.
For the Blues, number 34.
At this point in the game, I'm sure anyone would be willing to throw on a first baseman's glove and head over there, as the athletic trainer for the Barons is checking on Lopez. And she gives the all clear. That's good news for Lopez. Here comes Caleb Cassidy, who replaced Suzuki defensively. An 0 for 4 day for Suzuki. As Cassidy takes a first pitch fastball for a strike. It's been a little while since Cassidy has seen the field. As he takes a strike. The outfielder last played at San Francisco on the 12th. As he pops up the 0-2. Long run in foul ground, and it actually just barely lands foul as nobody catches it. Cassidy's getting his 6th appearance of the summer. He's had a decent summer. He's batting .278. No extra base hits so far. 2 walks to 5 strikeouts. So Lopez off first as Cassidy strikes out swinging on the curveball. Double-digit strikeouts now for the Barons as they trail by 13. Here's Joey Blank.
Number 24, Joey Blank.
Placing Murillo. This one misses upstairs. Blank just joined the team for the road trip last week, and he didn't record a hit in 5 at-bats. Was a productive member of the team in his 2 starts, though, reaching base 4 times, 3 walks and hit by pitch. So despite not having a hit, he has an on-base percentage of .500. A ball, a strike, and an out with 1 runner on. Pitch is swung on and missed, and off speed for Murillo. He finishes the day 1 for 4. 2 strikeouts, a single, and a run scored. He also reached on an error and scored again on the Cutter Gage Webb 2-run home run. One, 2, curveball up and in for a ball. Three changes so far for the Blues, and a 4th one waits on deck in Brady Alves. He'll replace Webb. As this one's hit well to center field, but Samura has the beat and makes the catch. Brady Alves now comes to the plate.
28.
Good day for Cutter
Brady
Gage
Alves.
Webb. He goes 2 for 4 with that 2-run home run. A single, he scored 3 times. He also struck out twice. Brady Alves, who started the last 2 games, will get a chance to hit with his team up by a baker's dozen. Lopez still stands on first. He led off the inning, getting plunked in the helmet. Down and away. As the lights take over, weather has dropped nearly 8 degrees since game time. A curveball that stays too high. First pitch was at 6:08 p.m. At the time, it was 70 degrees and sunny. It is now 8:54 Pacific. The 2-1, up and in. Alves a pitch away from drawing a 2-out walk. If he reaches, Mater will come up. If not, Mater will lead off the 9th inning. The 3-1 swung on and looped too short, and Emmerman makes the play to end the inning. Another 0 for the Blues. That's the second time in the last 2 innings that they haven't scored, but they lead by 13. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Kai Nagashima is going to lead off the inning against the new pitcher for the Blues. Joseph Gamber comes out of the bullpen. Despite the lead, the Blues have used a good amount of relievers, or pitchers in general. This is pitcher number 5, especially when you look at the last 2 days. They used 3 in the 6-run win on Tuesday, and they used 4 yesterday in an 11-inning game. Gamber this season has made a couple of appearances. Make that 4. He's thrown 3 innings, given up 4 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 5. Comes out in the bottom of the 8th and misses upstairs. Mater couldn't stop it, even jumping out of his squat. Gamber this last year pitched at Fresno Pacific. Or check that. That was 2025. He was injured this last season. Prior to that, 2 years at the College of the Sequoias. And it's a 4-pitch walk.
At bat for the Barons. First base, number
Fourth walk
36,
drawn by the Barons.
Price.
Second by Nagashima.
Correction, designated hitter number 32.
Here's
Antonio
Lujan to face the Sunbird. Originally from Fresno. Graduate of Fresno High School. Gamber is. Going into his grad year as first pitch is popped out of play. For Lujan, he's one of the few remaining starters for either team. He has a double, which is sandwiched between a ground out in the first and a strikeout in the fifth. And the 0-1 hits him. 2 on with nobody out. Maynard's going to go have a chat with his reliever.
Bryce Morrison.
For Boyer, he threw just the 1 inning. He walked a batter, struck out 2. Gave up no hits. Blues only gave up 1 run, and it was the starter Geeson who gave it up all the way back in the first inning. Last time that the Barons recorded a hit was with 2 outs in the fourth. And to be honest, after the first inning, where they had the first 3 batters reach safely, I thought that the Barons were going to put on an offensive clinic like they did the last time the Blues played here. A 21-4 victory for the Barons. It's kind of been flipped on its head this year. The Blues up 14-1. First pitch up and in. To Morrison, who's 0 for 3 today. He did reach on a drop third strike. Swung on and hit hard the other way. That's going to drop in front of Cassidy and right. The throw to the plate's going to be cut off by Lopez. But it's the first hit in 4 innings for the Barons. And it comes sizzling off the bat of a USC command.
Center field, number 9, A.G. Sawamura.
Almost 100 miles an hour off the bat. Here's A.G. Sawamura. Left-handed hitting outfielder. Who's in center field today. A Greyhound from Eastern New Mexico. Good year this last year where he made 3rd team All-Lone Star Conference. Grounded past the diving reach of Comerford. 1 run's going to score as everyone moves up a station. It's an RBI single for Sawamura. Got the ground ball that he needed to get the double play, but
now batting left
just a little too far to the left of Comerford. So just so everyone's aware, a few more defensive changes. Blank is at second base, and Alves is at short. A brand new infield other than Comerford for the Blues, as Gamber's first offering to Otis Boltinghouse misses outside. No outs. Bases loaded. This one's chopped. Lopez has it. He's going to touch first for 1, and that's all he's going to get. An RBI ground out. For Boltinghouse. It's the first out of the inning for the Blues. And it looks like the runner on second base may have rolled an ankle or something going into the bag. That's A.G. Sawamura. athletic trainer and the head coach, James Bishop, out there with him. As he gingerly is going to come out of this game. Unfortunate event with his team losing by 11 runs. See who's going to take his spot at second. It's going to be
Pinch runner at second base for the Barons, number 24, Isaac Ocampo.
Ocampo comes in. This year he's played in 3 games. Hasn't stole a base, hasn't been caught stealing. It's the first pitch after the short delay to Buckley is swung on and missed. Buckley replaced another player that I presume left with an injury, Carlos Morales. He got beat up early. As this one is hit hard to left field, but it's right at Becker. It's going to end up being a sacrifice fly as the throw to the plate is offline. And another run comes in to score for the Barons. Their third of the inning. And it makes it 14-4.
Now pounding second base, number 5, Sean Arnold.
Two outs. John Arnold has struck out his last 2 times at the plate as he fouls the first pitch away. He singled in the second to accompany those 2 strikeouts. Barons, prior to the 8th, scored their only other run in the first. It was a single from Nathaniel Williams, who is now not in the game. In the dirt. An 0-1 waste pitch on the changeup. That's 1-1. For Arnold, he's a graduate of St. Anthony High School. That one just misses. 5'10", 170-pound infielder. He's getting the start today at second base. 4 hits and 8 at-bats with 5 runs scored with the Beacons of UMass Boston. 3-1 now. Gamber has already walked and hit a batter in this inning and is 1 ball away from walking another one. Swung on and foul tipped into the mid of Mater as the count goes full. The senior looks into the mitt of Mater. Comes home and gets a strikeout to end the 8th inning. A sword from Joseph Gamber as The Barons get 3 runs on 2 hits and strand a runner on second base. We go to the 9th, 14-4, Blues lead it. There's a new pitcher for the top of the 9th inning for the Barons. It's Shamir Marshall, who is in his fourth summer with the Barons. Spent 2022, 2023, and 2024 here. Not last year, but is back for the 2026 summer. Marshall's given up 6 runs in an inning of work this season. Has struck out 1 batter. He's going to face Miles Mader, who's 2 for 4 today, as he hits the first pitch well into right field, but a little too much air on it, and that should now be Ishii out there, will make the catch.
That's center field number 49, Cesar Chavez.
Brings up Cesar Chavez. Blues took the bus down to Compton, left around 10 a.m. That's a pretty light bus. A handful of pitchers and a handful of position players. I honestly think the Blues might have exhausted every single position player other than Tate Blassie. After Chavez, Comerford is on deck. Those are the 3 due up. Called strike. It's 1-1. For Marshall, he spent this last year pitching at Vanguard, a Division II school. After 3 years at Compton College, which is coupled up right next to the Youth Academy ballpark, as Chavez records his 3rd hit of the day. A 1-out knock. Puts a runner on for Comerford.
Number 2, Brendan Comerford.
Comerford came into today with a .355 batting average. It's gone up with a 2 for 3 performance, as this one misses downstairs. He's the only Blue to have reached 4 times other than Chavez. 2 walks, a double, and a single as Comerford swings at a pitch that bounced in front of home plate. All he could do is smile and laugh at that one. "14-4 Blues here in Compton. Blues are back home tomorrow for a game against the Philippines baseball group, another foe from down south. The Blues have had yet to play any CCL South teams until today, and they welcome 4 different ones in 4 days. Play more north teams on Tuesday and Wednesday when they welcome in Alameda. Upstairs, full count. Game tomorrow, 6 o'clock first pitch. If you can't make it to the ballpark, we'll have the Ancient Owl pregame show for you right around 5:50. Addy will be back with me for tomorrow as Comerford reaches base for the 5th time today.
Left field number 43, Kyle Becker.
Moves Chavez into scoring position. Brings up Becker. Swings at a first pitch, down and in, and fouls it off. Oh and 1. Left on left matchup as a slider gets through the legs of Buckley, and both runners will move up on the wild pitch. 2 in scoring position. One and 1. Becker 2 hits today, 2 runs batted in as well. As he hits this one very high into right field. Chavez is going to tag as the throw goes to third. It's an RBI sacrifice fly, and the Blues have extended their lead back to 11.
Designated hitter number 41, Mason Ashlock.
Here's Ashlock. 2 outs, a run in. Blues have 15 runs on just as many hits. Number I really like to see is 0 in the error column. Have not got lackadaisical with their defense, despite the large lead. That run is the Blues' first run since the 6th inning. Ashlock a 1-for-4 day, 2 RBI single as he has to move out of the way of a fastball. That single came in the 4th. He also walked in the 3rd. Both part of 4-run innings. The runner on second is Comerford, as Ashlock takes a strike. Inside. Second walk drawn by Ashlock, and the second allowed by Shamir Marshall, who came in here in the 9th. Sebastian Lopez is going to get another at-bat. He was hit by a pitch in his helmet in the 8th.
Now batting, number 14, Sebastian Lopez.
First pitch down and away. Lopez got hit by a pitch in an 0-2 hole. As mentioned in his last at-bat, he missed some time with a broken hand. And he had a really good start to his season at Seattle. Was batting .364 with over 1,000 OPS before breaking his hand. Recorded a home run versus Jackson State as he's ahead 3-1. Seattle had a pretty good season too. They're kind of in the middle of the pack in the West Coast Conference and then dropped a few games at the end as he swings and misses. They were running hot. They won 6 in a row, including 2 against UC San Diego, as Sebastian strikes out swinging, looking. Last chance for the Barons. They trail by 11.
John Ishii.
15-4 Blues on the road in Compton to face the Academy Barons. It's a new pitcher for the Blues. It's Matt Betancourt making his 7th appearance. In the previous 6, a 1-0 record, 9 1/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 5 walks, and 12 strikeouts. A teammate of Gamber, who just exited the game after pitching the 8th. Gamber gave up 3 runs, all of them were earned. Walked 1 batter, gave up 2 hits, and struck out 1 in an inning of work. As this one is fouled off the foot of the batter, Sean Ishii. Betancourt is in his second year with the Blues. This one misses. Last year, Betancourt threw 22 2/3 innings with the Blues at a sub-3 ERA. This one is swung and fouled again. He spent 3 years at the Division II level with Fresno Pacific. Last year against Chaminade, he threw a complete game shutout, 11-0 win. Another 1-2 coming. Swung on and missed. Betancourt strikes out the first batter he faces. And here comes Israel Espinoza.
Shortstop number 27, Israel Espinoza.
Espinoza came in the 7th and struck out looking. That was against Carson Boyer. He swings and misses and is behind 0-2. Espinoza is a graduate of Brawley Union High School as he takes that one for a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Betancourt in the 9th, and the Blues are 1 out away from winning their 12th in a row.
12, Kai Nagashima.
This is Kyle Nagashima. Nagashima also came off the bench, but in the 5th, he's drawn 2 walks, one of those in the 8th, and he scored as well in that 8th inning as he fouls off the first pitch. Barons down to their final out. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 gone. It's a called strike 2. Betancourt filling up the zone. He's a strike away from striking out the side. And he will do just that. Strikes out the side in the 9th to end the game as the Blues win their 12th in a row. Continue their hot streak. Today it was offensive-minded with 15 runs, including 4 different crooked numbers put up by the Blues. Final score 15-4. Good day at the Yard. As I welcome you back inside the press box for the Ancient Owl postgame show. It was a good one. Dog of the day today is going to go to Cutter Gage Webb, who crushed that 2-run homer in the 6th. At that point, the Blues already had a huge lead, but a big swing for Cutter Gage Webb. His first time earning Dog of the Day, and it's much, much deserved for him. Really, it's hard to look away from the onslaught of runs that the Blues put up in innings 3 through 6, and it's good to see because yesterday the Blues didn't score a run until the 8th, let alone they barely had any hits until the 8th inning. They only had 1 at that, and it came off the bat of Kevin Spear in the 5th inning. So it was good to see the bats get going early today, and then the pitching, which has been dominant all year, continued that. Barons finished with 4 runs. They scored 3 of those in 1 inning off Joseph Gamber after the Blues were already up by 14. But outside of that, Corbin Geeson had a good start. Cooper Fulbright made his debut, a TAMU pitcher, and he pitched very, very well. Gave up 1 hit and struck out 2 in an inning. Moose Cuellar struck out 5 in 2 innings. Boyer struck out 2 in an inning. Gamber even got a strikeout himself, and then Betancourt strikes out the side in the 9th inning. So another very dominant pitching performance. That's what we've seen all year long. Good to see the bats come along with it. The Blues only scored 9 total runs against the Stompers. Put up 15 today, 14 of which came in the first 6 innings of the game. So good to see them get back on track a little bit offensively. But there's not too much you can harp on, really. This team has won so many games in a row, 12 now. It's the largest win streak I've ever seen in my 3 years working with the Blues, as they dominate the Barons and get a win. The final line scores 15 runs on 15 hits and no errors for the Blues with 10 runners left on base. For the Academy, they score 4 runs on 8 hits, commit 3 errors, and leave 8 on the base pass. So that's going to do it for me here at the MLB Youth Academy. I'll be back tomorrow in Sonoma, or excuse me, not Sonoma, I'm getting tired out here, San Luis Obispo, to face the Philippines baseball group for the first game of a 5-game homestand that ranges Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, Wednesday. Want to go to the game? bluesbaseball.com, or click that link in the description down below and get yourself tickets. If you can't make it, we'll see you right back here tomorrow with the Ancient Owl pregame show starting right around 5:50 p.m. So that's going to do it. So long here from the MLB Youth Academy, where the final score is Blues 15 and Barons 4. My name is Ryan Giacomini saying so long and